All right, so buckle up, everyone, because this time on the deep dive, we're warping into a listener-created world.
Oh, always my favorite. Homebrewed universes, right?
Absolutely. We've got excerpts from what seems like an epic fantasy novel, Astrom, and a glossary of terms that's got my head spinning already.
It sounds like we're in for a wild ride.
Oh, you already know it. But before we get lost in translation, let's set the stage. Our story centers around Neo Tigerso.
Okay, Neo Tiger Cell, got it.
Yeah, and right off the bat, you get this sense of mystery around him, like his parents were these legendary figures, fought in something called the War of Knowledge. But here's the thing.
Hit me with it.
No one remembers this war. It's like this collective amnesia has settled over everyone.
Whoa, hold on. A war everyone's forgotten. That's some next level stuff right there.
Tell me about it. And to make matters worse, Neo's parents get exiled under this cloud of suspicion, and then tragedy strikes.
Oh no, what happened?
Neo's father just vanishes one night. Poof! Gone.
Vanishes. Like, no trace.
Signs of a struggle, sure, but the guy's gone, vanished into thin air. And get this, Neo's dad was a half-breed.
Half-breed, huh? Okay, so we've got some lore to unpack there.
Oh, we're just getting started, but you can already see where this is going, right?
Forgotten war, exiled parents, mysterious disappearance.
Yeah, I'd say the plot thickens.
It's like all these events, they're connected somehow, like pieces of the puzzle, and Neo's stuck in the middle of it all.
Trying to put it all together. Exactly, and that's what we're going to try and do today. Figure out what really happened to Neo's dad. Was it because he was a half-breed? Or is there something bigger going on? Something tied to this war of knowledge no one can remember. And you know me, I love a good glossary. It's like the key to unlocking all the secrets of a world.
Oh, absolutely. It's where the world building really shines.
Exactly. And this one, it doesn't disappoint. Right off the bat, we bump into the Trifoidia, Neo's dad's clan.
Trifoidia, yeah, I see it here.
And get this, they're no longer considered humans.
Ooh, now that's a statement. What does that even mean, right? There's something else.
Right. Like, what happened to them? We know magitech is a big thing in this world. Maybe they took it too far. Evolved somehow.
Could be. Or maybe it's not even a choice. Maybe something happened that changed them.
That's true, that's true. And then there's that mention of Tiger Dragon.
Sounds like a training ground, right? Like a mystical dojo hidden in the mountains.
Yeah, but is it just a place or like a whole fighting style? A philosophy?
Ooh, good point. We see that a lot in fantasy, right?
Yeah.
The mystical training ground, that's more than just a place.
Totally.
Yep.
Okay, but back to the Trifoidia not being human. Someone decided that, right? So
And what happens if you don't fit that definition? Look at the half-breeds. Sounds like they're facing some serious discrimination.
yeah, abominations, it says.
That's rough.
Makes you wonder who's pushing that narrative, who benefits from everyone being afraid of half-breeds.
Well, the glossary mentions the Questelin. They sound pretty ruthless, like classic conquerors.
Cold-blooded killers, it says. Though I always wonder, are they all bad? True, true. I mean, Neo's mom was once aligned with them.
Exactly. Maybe there are factions within the Questelin, some good apples in a rotten bunch, as they say.
And speaking of Neo's mom, what about her people? The Klatsu. Masters of stealth and swordsmanship, they sound pretty cool.
They've got history, too. Fought with the Questelin at one point, but also against this Nitsu clan? It sounds messy.
And don't forget about the legendary sword. Every epic fantasy needs a legendary sword, am I right?
It has to be something special, right?
Yeah.
More than just a weapon, a symbol, a key to something.
The plot thickens. It's like every sentence in this glossary raises more questions than it answers. Like, how does Tiger Dragon fit into all this? Is it connected to the Trifoidia's past?
Yeah.
Maybe even the War of Knowledge?
So many possibilities, and that's what makes this so exciting. We've got all these threads, and they're all intertwined somehow.
We've got a real mystery on our hands. We've got all these pieces laid out, right? The Trifoidia, Questelin, half-breeds, Klatsu, this mysterious Tiger Dragon.
It's like trying to solve a riddle wrapped in an enigma.
Exactly. But the million-dollar question remains, what really went down during the War of Knowledge? And who's pulling the strings now?
Someone went through a lot of trouble to erase that war from everyone's memory. That's some serious power.
Right. And then to go after Neo's dad all those years later, it's like they're scared of something.
Like he knew too much. Or maybe they're afraid of what he represented.
A half-breed warrior who fought in a war no one remembers? Yeah, I can see that ruffling some feathers.
Speaking of half-breeds, what's with this increase they mentioned? That can't be a coincidence.
Almost too convenient, isn't it? Like someone's orchestrating things from the shadows.
Trying to destabilize the world. Maybe even tip the scales in favor of, well, half-breeds like Neo.
Oh, that gives me chills just thinking about it.
Imagine being Neo for a second. You spent years training, honing your skills at this tiger dragon place. What's your next move?
Right. Do you seek answers about your father's past? Or try to navigate this increasingly hostile world for half-breeds?
Talk about a dilemma, the weight of the world, or at least this world, on his young shoulders.
And that's what makes for a compelling story, right? These tough choices, these moral dilemmas.
The listener who sent this in has created something really special here. It's complex, it's intriguing, and it leaves you wanting more.
Couldn't have said it better myself. But now we want to hear from you. What do you think happened during the War of Knowledge? What would you do if you were Neo?
Head over to our website, leave a comment, send us a raven, whatever your preferred method of communication is.
And that, my friends, brings us to the end of another deep dive. We'll see you next time.